Hello everyone, I am Aniket Dattatreya Takle. Today I am talking about lipids. So let's start. Lipids are nothing but the organic compounds that contain hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen atoms, which form the framework for the structure and function of living cells. When we are studying about lipids, one question is arised in your mind: what is meant by lipids? So in that, lipids are the organic compounds are non-polar molecules which are soluble only in non-polar solvents and insoluble in water, because water is a polar molecule. In the human body, these molecules can be synthesized in the liver and are found in oil, butter, whole milk, cheese, fried foods, and also in some red meats. Next point is properties of lipids. In that, lipids are a family of organic compounds composed of fats and oils. These molecules yield high energy and are responsible for different functions within the human body. There are some important characteristics of lipids, like lipids are oily or greasy non-polar molecules stored in the adipose tissue of the body. Second one is lipids are a heterogeneous group of compounds mainly composed of hydrocarbon chains. Third one is lipids are energy rich organic molecules which provide energy for different life processes. Next is lipids are a class of compounds characterized by their solubility in non-polar solvents and insolubility in water. Next one is lipids are significant in biological systems as they form a mechanical barrier dividing a cell from the external environment known as the cell membrane. Next point is lipid structure. In that lipid structure, lipids are the polymers of fatty acids that contain a long non-polar hydrocarbon chain with a small polar region containing oxygen. In next point is classification of lipids. In that classification of lipids can be classified into two main classes. First one is non-saponifiable lipids and second one is saponifiable lipids. In non-saponifiable lipids, in that non-saponifiable lipids cannot be disintegrated into smaller molecules through hydrolysis. In that, non-saponifiable lipids include cholesterol, prostaglandins, etc. Second one is saponifiable lipids. In that saponifiable lipids, a saponifiable lipid comprises one or more ester groups, enabling it to undergo hydrolysis in the presence of a base, acid, or enzymes, including waxes, triglycerides, sphingolipids, and phospholipids. In that, further, these categories can be divided into non-polar and polar lipids. In that, non-polar lipids, namely triglycerides, are utilized as a fuel and to store energy. In polar lipids that could form a barrier with an external water environment are utilized in membranes. In polar lipids comprises sphingolipids and glycerophospholipids. Either fatty acids are pivotal components of all these lipids. Next point is types of lipids. In that, within these two major classes of lipids, there are numerous specific types of lipids which are important to life, including fatty acids, triglycerides, glycerophospholipids, sphingolipids, and steroids. These are broadly classified as simple lipids and complex lipids. So first one is simple lipids. In that simple lipids, esters of fatty acids with various alcohols. In that, first one is fats and second one is waxes. In fats, in that fats, esters of fatty acids with glycerol and oils are fats in the liquid state. In that waxes, esters of fatty acids with higher molecular weight, monohydric alcohols. Next, second point is complex lipids. In that complex lipids, esters of fatty acids containing groups in addition to alcohol and fatty acids. In that, three complex lipids are there. First one is phospholipids, second one is glycolipids, and third one is other complex lipids. In phospholipids, in that these are lipids containing, in addition to fatty acids and alcohol, phosphate group. They frequently have nitrogen containing bases and other subsequent, like example in glycerophospholipids, the alcohol is glycerol, and in sphingolipids the alcohol is sphingosine. Second is glycolipids, it is also known as glycosphingolipids. In that, lipids containing a fatty acid, sphingosine, and carbohydrate. And third one is other complex lipids. In that, lipids such as sulfolipids and aminolipids and lipoproteins may also be placed in this category. Next point is precursor and derived lipids. In that, these include fatty acids, glycerol, steroids, other alcohols, fatty aldehydes, and ketone bodies, hydrocarbons, lipid soluble vitamins, and hormones, because they are undergo acyl glycerols, that means glycerides, cholesterol, and cholesterol esters are termed neutral lipids. In that, these compounds are produced by the hydrolysis of simple and complex lipids. So next point is fatty acids. Fatty acids are the carboxylic acids or organic acids, usually with long aliphatic tails, that means long chains, either unsaturated or saturated. So first, in that first is saturated fatty acids. In that, lack of carbon-carbon double bond indicate that the fatty acid is saturated. That means the saturated fatty acids have higher melting points compared to unsaturated acids of the corresponding size due to their ability to pack their molecules together, thus leading to a straight rod-like shape. In that, next is unsaturated fatty acids. In that, unsaturated fatty acids is indicated when a fatty acid has more than one double bond. That means often naturally occurring fatty acids possesses an even number of carbon atoms and are unbranched. In that, on the other hand, unsaturated fatty acids contain a cis double bond, that means yes, which create a structural kink that disables them to group their molecules in straight rod-like shape. Next point is role of fats. That role of fats plays several major roles in our body. Some of the important roles are fats in the correct amount are necessary for the proper functioning of our body. Second point is many fat soluble vitamins need to be associated with fats in order to be effectively absorbed by the body. Next is they also provide insulation to the body, and also they are efficient way to store energy for longer periods. Next point is examples of lipids. In that examples of lipids, there are different types of lipids. Some examples of lipids include butter, ghee, vegetable oil, cheese, cholesterol, and other steroids, waxes, phospholipids, and fat soluble vitamins. All these compounds have similar features, that is insoluble in water and soluble in organic solvents. First one is in that example is waxes. Waxes are esters, that means in an organic compound made by replacing the hydrogen with acid by an alkyl or another organic group. That means form long alcohols and long chain carboxylic acids. In that, waxes are found almost everywhere. The fruits and leaves of many plants possesses waxy coatings that can safeguard them from small predators and dehydration. In that, fur of few animals and the feathers of birds possesses the same coating, serving as water repellents. That also, carnauba wax is known for its water resistance and toughness, that means significant for car wax. Second one is phospholipids. Phospholipids, in that membranes are primarily composed of phospholipids that are phosphoglycerols. That means phosphoacyl glycerols. In that, triglycerols and phosphoacyl glycerols are the same, but the terminal OH group of the phosphoacyl glycerol is esterified with phosphoric acid in place of fatty acid, which results in the formation of phosphatidic acid. That the name phospholipid is derived from the fact that phosphoacylglycerols are lipids containing a phosphate group. Third one is steroids. In that, steroids, our body possesses chemical messengers known as hormones, which are basically organic compounds synthesized in glands and transported by the bloodstream to various tissues in order to trigger or hinder the desired process. In that, steroids are a kind of hormone that is typically recognized by their tetracyclic skeleton, composed of three fused six membrane and one five membrane ring. as seen above. The four rings are assigned as A, B, C, and D as observed in the schedule, while the numbers in red indicate the carbons. Next one is cholesterol. Cholesterol is a wax-like substance found only in animal source foods. That means triglycerides, LDL, HDL, VLDL are different types of cholesterol found in the blood cells. Next one is cholesterol is an important lipid found in the cell membrane. It is a sterol, which means that cholesterol is a combination of steroid and alcohol in the human body. Cholesterol is synthesized in the liver. Next one is these compounds are biosynthesized by all living cells and are essential for the structural component of the cell membrane. Next one is in the cell membrane, the steroid ring structure of cholesterol provides a rigid hydrophobic structure that helps boost the rigidity of the cell membrane. Without cholesterol, the cell membrane would be too fluid. And next point is it is an important component of cell membrane and is also the basis for the synthesis of other steroids, including the sex hormones, estradiol and testosterone, as well as other steroids such as the cortisone and vitamin D. These are all about lipids. Thank you.